Tyrese, obviously he's already posting highlights already on NBA opening night. He's looking good. I still don't know how the Kings let him go, but that's another discussion for another day. So I guess the main question is this: are they? Because it's mostly Indy and Lakers in these trade talks, right? It's mostly Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. So it's like, what's the goal here if you're Indy? Because you know you're not good enough to really compete, but you do have players that can definitely help other teams. So do you want to go further into the rebuild and trade these players? Or do you want to actually try to compete and try to get into like maybe the play-in? I mean, they got Tyrese Halliburton. He'll stay no matter what. I think he's going to be their franchise player. Because their moves are just confusing. You trade away Sabonis, who's like that other key player. So it's like, I'm assuming you're rebuilding if you're the Pacers. Buddy Hield. I know a lot of people are marketing him, but can he stay efficient? Can he play efficiently? That's my main question. Because even if he does get traded to the Lakers, I still don't see that being like a automatic fix. Because he's not as efficient a shooter. I mean, it is what it is. Then you got some young players as well. I would definitely keep Jalen Smith. Maybe trade away Miles Turner. That's about it. Trade away TJ McConnell.
I forgot about McConnell. Did he play tonight?
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Did they win tonight?
No.
How you lose to? Well, because you're trying to tank the Miami. So lose to. I was like, how do you lose to Washington? But like, yeah.
I mean,
and Washington is like, don't get me wrong. You got Bradley Beal and Porzingis. I forgot they got Porzingis now. But yeah, we'll talk about their prospects when we get to them too. But all right, sticking to the Indy, they're definitely a lottery team. If you're an Indiana fan, I'm not sure what you want to expect. Like, you got a great coach in Rick Carlisle. Is he really going to stick through a rebuild like this? I don't know. That's why I'm really questioning. What are you going to do here? I'm really questioning it. I have no clue. So there's no way this team can compete. You're low in shooting. You're low in scoring. Turnovers. All these things. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Indian, man?
The Pacers don't really stand out to me as far as teams in the league right now. I think they're kind of on the back burner. And honestly, I think it's two directions they could go in. A, they make some trades because they have young talent pieces, draft picks, whatever. They ship players out, bring some players in. They get to a point where they're good enough to make the playoffs if they do that. But that's about it. Maybe like 7, 8 seed, so play-in potentially. Or they do your team strategy and tank, and they rebuild through the draft. Or, hang on, let me correct myself because I just recently learned that from my childhood idol D Wade that teams don't use rebuild as a term; it's more of restructure. So they're restructuring to potentially build a new team through the draft. Restructure through the draft. That's what I'm trying to say. But other than that, yeah, they have Buddy Hield, they have Miles Turner, Halliburton, and Duarte, who made some like strides last year, who's an interesting guard.
Good point.
But other than that, they don't have much to work with, in my opinion. So I think either they'll make some moves to be competitive, like in maybe into next season, or they're just gonna go for draft picks and build through there.
Yeah. Hey, that's it. I mean, this clearly is the team that's selling right now. I believe. So you want to sell these players for these draft picks. Because if you think about it, all their moves on the offseason prove that. I mean, you trade away some key pieces. Malcolm Brogdon, you trade him. You don't re-sign key free agents. You know,
They almost had DeAndre Ayton.
They almost did. But at the same time, if you get him, I don't know.
Do you build around him, or do you make more moves?
That's what I'm saying. So like, they're really in the middle for me right now. They can really go out of direction.
Either way, I don't see them being a big threat to anyone in the East.
That's true. So if I'm the front office, I'll be like, just go ahead and tank. I mean, like,
I'm sure you would say
that. I mean, like, if you're not gonna be good enough to like really make a mark in the playoffs, go ahead and rebuild. I mean, clearly, it's probably that route. They're probably taking that route. But yeah, that's where they are. I just wonder if Carlisle would actually sit through it like that. I mean, to be honest, he did sit through the Mavs rebuild. I mean, he did do that. So, I mean, and I trust him as a coach to oversee a rebuild. So, it's not the worst position to be in if you're an Indy fan. You just probably want clarity on what this team is doing.
Yeah,
agreed. That's what I want. But I'm an OKC fan. I know what we doing.